The presentation is showing. I'm going to introduce, we do have AJ with North American with us. He is going to be talking to you about their term and IUL products and what makes them stand out. So thanks for being here, AJ.
I appreciate it. Yes, my name is AJ Staffson, internal wholesaler at North American. Been with North American over 11 years as an internal wholesaler. Been in the business for about 25 years. I spent 14 years in the MGA space as a marketer for life annuities, DI, Medicare, final expense, you name it. I've kind of done all of it. What I want to talk about today, yes, is the North American products, but more importantly, sort of where they fit in the marketplace today when we're talking about those life insurance sales opportunities. So if you could go to the second slide, obviously I can't see that, so I'm just hoping you are. So go to versus ADDvantage Term. So I know, and I want to go over this first and foremost. Now, I know most people, when they look at term and think of term, they go, what is there to talk about? Term is term, right? I just go to a quoting engine, I find the cheapest one, and that's what I rate. Well, that's all well and good, but in my experience of doing this over 25 years is that if you're, buying the cheapest term, you're kind of giving up something, right? Whether it's service or underwriting or conversion features or living benefits. So when you go to those quoting engines, North American's not going to be the cheapest, and we're not trying to be, okay? So we're probably going to be like more fifth, sixth on the list when we're talking about price. But the value beyond the price is where we shine. And it's two areas. One, living benefits. Two, conversion. So first and foremost, living benefits. We have critical, chronic, and terminal illness built into all of our plans, including term. So we're one of only maybe 3 carriers that have living benefits built into our term plans in the industry. So that's obviously going to be a big piece of it. The second is conversion. So we allow a policyholder to convert to any currently offered permanent product when they do a conversion. So I know a lot of other carriers, but yeah, you know what? We have a conversion product you can choose, or maybe 2 to choose from. And in my experience, a lot of those products just aren't that great. We let them choose on anything that we're selling at a time, whether it's our IULs, like our Protection Builder IUL 2 for protection base, or our Smart Builder, or our Builder Plus for the accumulation. We also allow partial conversions, and that conversion is going to be fully conditional. And this isn't even on the slide. You convert in the first 5 years, the living benefits that you have on term automatically go over to the permanent plan, no additional underwriting. Okay, so just to recap, our term, it's the value beyond the price, living benefits, conversions. Any questions or comments on that?
I don't think so. I think that's really impressive, though. I know that we have one carrier that just does that conversion to like one standard final expense.
Yep.
So having like multiple conversion options is pretty impressive.
Yeah, we let them choose. So, okay, next slide is, so the next product is going to be our Protection Builder IUL 2. So this is the type of product, you could compare it to that old school GUL. There's still some of that around with some carriers where it's the person who is looking for a guaranteed death benefit for a guaranteed premium for a guaranteed duration. Okay, that's what this product is. So if they want to guarantee it to 90 or 100 or 120, whatever they're comfortable with on the front side, they can do it. Plus, they can dial in how long they want to pay it. If they're well-to-do and just want to pay it off in 10 years, they can do it. If they're not as much, well-to-do and they just want to guarantee it to 100, pay it to 100, they can do it. That's what I mean by dial the guarantees and dial the premiums. So we used to have a GUL called the Custom Guarantee. And about a year ago, we repriced our Protection Builder to become the Protection Builder 2. When we did it, we were able to lower the cost below our Custom Guarantee GUL. So we got rid of the GUL altogether. Okay, but this still serves that same purpose. Guaranteed death benefit, guaranteed premium for a guaranteed duration. Now, here's what makes this even better. Obviously, it has the living benefits like all of our other plans, critical, chronic, and terminal illness, but it also has upside because it's indexed, and we have an exit strategy called the Premium Recovery Endorsement. In year 20 and 25, we give the client a 60-day window to where they can go, you know what, I don't need the death benefit anymore. I just want to get my premium back that I paid into the policy and be done with it. So this is a Swiss Army knife for a product. You get the guaranteed death benefit for a guaranteed premium for a guaranteed duration, upside potential, living benefits, and you also have the exit strategy in there. Any questions on this?
I don't see any, but I know sometimes on Zoom there can be a delay. So agents, if you do have questions on a specific product, please put it in the Q&A. And when I'm kind of newer to the life side, I'll be completely transparent with everyone. You know, I'm more on the Medicare side. I'm here for technical reasons. But when you say guaranteed, is that it's not guaranteed issue, right? Like they still go through underwriting.
No, you don't have any guaranteed issue. It is guaranteed death benefit. So if they want the death benefit guaranteed to 100 or to 90 or age 120, this is the product they're going to want.
Okay. I just want to make sure there was a lot of guarantees.
What I mean by that is if you look at the guaranteed column of an illustration, right? There's three columns. There's the guaranteed, there's the middle column, and then there's also the sort of that non-guaranteed on the right-hand side. The guaranteed column is where you're going to be focusing on, whether the client wants a guarantee to 85, 90, 95, 100, 120, whatever they're comfortable with. The rest of it is probably gravy, right? The upside is gravy, the living benefits, but they just want to know, I'm paying this for this long to get this death benefit guaranteed. Does that make sense?
Yes, it did.
So it's not really an accumulation play. I'll put it that way. It's death benefit guarantee focus.
Okay. That's a good way to put it. Thank you. And Anthony said, thank you. I had the same question.
Yeah. So the next product is our Builder Plus 4. This is our flagship product if we're talking the accumulation IUL. What I mean by that is for those people who have that additional money, you know, that they're willing to pay for 10, 15, 20, 30 years to get a cash accumulation with no risk and potentially use tax-free loans. This is the product you're going to use 90% of the time with North American because it has the best caps, the highest participation rates, the best bonuses. What's also cool is that you can convert your term into an existing IUL. So sometimes we'll see people buy a term and a Builder Plus 4 at the same time. They, you know, maybe they're younger, they don't have as much money, but they want to get both plans going at the same time. So you can buy a term, you can buy a Builder Plus 4, and let's say it's 5 years down the road, you can convert that term into that Builder Plus 4, and there's not going to be any underwriting that's needed. So that's pretty cool feature that North American allows. And again, if you're looking for those people who have, they might be maxing out their qualified funds, right? They're maxing out their 401k, their IRA. They might be maxing out their Roth, have additional money that they don't really know what to do with on upside potential, no downside risk, and potential for tax-free loans. This is the product you're going to go with North American 90% of the time. If you're thinking accumulation for college funding, retirement supplement, this is the big product you're going to lean towards when we're talking North American. And again, living benefits built into this plan as well. Critical, chronic, terminal illness, automatically baked in. Questions on the Builder Plus 4?
I don't think so. I mean, I'm going to be curious to run some rates and see what the premiums look like.
Okay, so now let's go to the next slide. Living benefits, the CCT. I've talked about it quite a bit already, right? That we have it baked into all of our plans, no additional cost. So this is how it works. We have the critical, chronic, and terminal illnesses. They've been deemed by a physician that they have less than 24 months to live. They can accelerate up to 90% of their death benefit to help pay for that terminal illness that they're going through. Critical illness is 5 triggering events. That's heart attack, stroke, kidney failure, organ transplant, or cancer. They can accelerate a portion of the death benefit, $50,000 per election, to help pay for that critical illness that they're going through. Now, the one that people focus on the most is chronic illness because that's what people sort of equate to long-term care, right? Mm-hmm. If you can't do 2 of 6 activities of daily living or you have cognitive decline like Alzheimer's, you can accelerate up to 24% of the face amount per election. So if you think about that, you could max it out 4 years in a row, and then you're basically done with the policy. There's just going to be a little residual death benefit. Okay. So now with that, it's not a reimbursement. So we don't need receipts. It's long as it's been physician certified, they can't do 2 of 6 ADLs. We just give them the money. They can do whatever they want to do it. They could use it for an LTC facility, home care. I mean, they could go on a vacation if they wanted to with the money. We don't discriminate. But again, it's an indemnity plan, not reimbursement. And chronic illness is the one that people focus on the most. Mm-hmm. So if you're thinking, that peace of mind, like obviously when somebody's getting into life insurance, they might not be thinking of living benefits, but think about this. 15 years ago, there were so many carriers selling long-term care. Now there's only a couple. But people still want that peace of mind that if something comes up, a chronic illness event, they can still have something that's going to help them pay for that. We have that baked into our policy. So critical, chronic, terminal illness. Questions on that? All right. Let's go over a couple different sales opportunities using the North American products. So here's an example. Let's say here we have a 30-year-old male. He has additional money, but he has no insurance. He's kind of getting his life started. Maybe he's just getting married, getting his first house, having his first kid. He needs something in place, right? Because the question you ask this person, what happens to your family financially if you were to pass away today? A lot of people kind of like, why? Gosh, I never really thought of that. Why not use a guaranteed life insurance plan to protect them, right? And at 30 years of age and a relatively lower face amount, it's going to be pretty darn cheap to do, right? So the product that we're going to be using, normally, yes, I would talk about term, but I just want to show you how cheap the guarantee type policy can be to age 100. That Protection Builder 2, I already showed you. So here, you'll see the death benefit. Go to the next slide, please, where it shows the illustration. So let's just say that he wants $250,000 annually. All it is $1,469.21 on a guaranteed death benefit all the way to age 100. So if you think about that, that's just a little over $100 a month to protect his family. An income protection sale. It could even be looked at as sort of a legacy sale as well. So if you go to the next slide, you'll notice I have some blue arrows on there. On the top, that's where the death benefit is, that $250,000. And remember, I guaranteed it all the way to age 100. You could guarantee it longer if you wanted. You could go to 110, 120, whatever they're comfortable with. But look at those two blue arrows in the left-hand column, in that guaranteed column. That's that return of premium feature I told you about. Let's say they get to year 20 or 25, and they're like, you know what? I don't need this death benefit coverage anymore. For whatever reason, they can get their premium back that they paid into the policy. And then the policy is just done.
And that's built into the plan? It's not a rider?
It's built in. Correct. Okay. Technically, it is called a rider. It's the premium recovery endorsement. But for most, like if you're a younger person, it is just baked into the price. Now, if you are maybe table rated or older, you might have to pay a little bit extra to get that added to the policies. But most of them, you'll see the asterisk in the guaranteed column. That is reflecting that return of premium.
Okay.
So think about this. This product is giving you a guaranteed death benefit for the duration that they wanted to, right? They know, worst case, I pay this amount, I get this death benefit for this long. There's living benefits in there. There's upside potential in there because there's cash value, right? Index options, and you have an exit strategy in years 20 and 25. Swiss Army knife of a product. Make sense?
Yes, I think so.
Questions on that at all?
I don't see any coming through, no.
Okay. So here's another sort of sales opportunity that we see a ton of right now using the North American products. Here we have a 50-year-old male who has additional money that he's willing to pay for 15 years. He has this additional money that he wants to leave that money for his heirs the best way possible. Well, instead of like just leaving in a bank or something like that, and it's money that he can part ways with for a while, why not put it into a guaranteed life insurance plan? The death benefit is tax-free to the heirs, right? What's better than a tax-free death benefit with life insurance? Nothing. So here, you're going to notice, go to the next slide, please, where you're showing the illustration itself. You'll notice he's putting in $20,000, that money that he really didn't have anything to do with, but he wanted to leave to his heirs the best way possible. He's paying $20,000 a year in for 15 years. That blue arrow at the top, look at the guaranteed death benefit right off the get-go. Over $960,000. It's guaranteed. Now remember, it's an IUL, so you get upside potential. You have the living benefits, the critical, chronic, and terminal illness that goes off the death benefit at time of claim. Now let's go down to the next slide. The blue arrows in the guaranteed column, what does that show? There's that exit strategy again, right? They get down to year 20 or 25 and they go, you know what? I don't need the coverage anymore. I just want to get my premium back and be done with it. They can do that. That's worst case. Now, if you look in the right-hand columns, if you get some positive years of index crediting, you could actually get more than the premium that you had paid in. Mm-hmm. So think about this, Swiss Army knife for product, right? Guaranteed death benefit for a guaranteed premium. You get the exit strategy, you get the living benefits, and instead of just leaving their money in a bank, they're putting into something that leverages it right away. If they pass away, tax-free death benefit to their heirs. Make sense? Any questions on that?
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Definitely. No questions so far.
Okay. And then the last sales opportunity, this is going to be more for that accumulation. This is for that person who is well-to-do, maybe high income earner. They're maxing out their 401k. They're maxing out their Roth and IRA. They have additional money. And they want to maximize retirement savings. They want diversification because they're heavily weighted in qualified funds. Why wouldn't you go into an IUL? Because you get the upside potential, no risk. You get the living benefits. You get the tax-free loans. So let's show it in action. You go down to the illustration itself, you'll notice this person is putting $1,000 in per month or $12,000 a year. The death benefit and the cash value, those are accumulating and going up over time. So if they pass away along the way, it's a tax-free death benefit to the heirs based off the death benefit at the time of claim. Or if they have a critical, chronic, or terminal illness event, again, we go off the death benefit at time of claim, right? Let's just say they make it to age 65 and they go, I want to start taking tax-free loans. That's what this is showing in the left-hand side in that green box. So this person would have paid in $276,000 over time. Just within the first 7 years of distributions, they're getting out over $400,000 of tax-free loans. They're participating loans. What that means is the loan portion of the money is still earning index crediting. That's why you see the account value in the right-hand side increase, why it continues to go up. It's like the loan portion of the money never left the policy. So that's why you can see the allure of an IUL. It is the true tax advantage solution in the industry because, remember, the money grows tax deferred. If they pass away, the death benefit is tax-free to the heirs. If they have a critical, chronic, or terminal illness event, we go off the death benefit of time of claim, and you can take tax-free loans and still participate in index crediting. No vehicle in the industry has this except an IUL. The closest thing is a Roth IRA. Any questions or comments on this part?
Nope.
Now, here's another thing, too. I know like a little bit of this is probably going to be overwhelming. Like, oh my gosh, I'm not really that familiar with retirement planning or retirement supplement, or I'm not that familiar with legacy building or maybe like key person insurance or all those sort of things. Don't worry about that. North American, we have put together something called a sales solutions roadmap that puts every sales concept that we promote from a life insurance perspective on one page to make it simple for everybody to understand. And this is where it looks like I took 2 of them and put them on a page. Go down to where it says legacy building and key person, if you would.
I'm there.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So this is an example of what they look like. So if you are interested in learning what legacy building is, it tells you right here. There's the concept. There's the financial professional that's probably going to be talking about it. Who's the client profile? Who the key selling points for legacy building, how you design it, like the illustration design tips using the North American software, and what product that we have available. Okay? So it's just like this, all 15 products or all 15 sales opportunities that we promote. Like on the right-hand side, there's another one I snipped out of there. It's Key Person. If you're not familiar with that, it's business sale revolving around insurance. It's protecting a business from financial loss of a key executive. So there it tells you the concept, the client profile. There's the key selling points, how you design it, and the products that North American has. So don't worry about knowing, being an expert in all 15 of these sales concepts. We sort of have these sort of cheat sheets for you to sort of figure that out, and a little bit in layman's terms of what each one is, how you design it, the key selling points, and the products. Now also, ease of doing business. Can you go to the next slide, please? We're no different. We know the world is we're in immediacy right now, right? Everybody wants everything now. We're no different. We know that. So we have e-applications, online part 2, like the health questions can be answered by the client, or you can do agent assist. We have accelerated underwriting, e-signatures, e-delivery, right? Just like all the other carriers out there. We have accelerated underwriting, and this is how ours works. Ages 18 to 50 up to $2 million in coverage, or 51 to 60 up to $1 million in coverage, have the opportunity to go through accelerated underwriting without getting kicked to full underwriting. This is how it's done. The agent does an e-application, sends it to North American. We get it. We send the part 2, the health questions, either to the client, or you can ask for agent assist, and it can come to you, the agent, and you can be sitting there with the client to help fill it out. You fill out the health questions, it comes back to North American. We review that. We do a background check, LexisNexis, MVR, MIB. If everything checks out okay, we just give the client an offer within 48 hours. Okay? With no additional underwriting.
Wow.
Now, here's the thing too about this. Let's say they get kicked to full underwriting because something popped up in the background. It doesn't mean that they can't get super preferred or preferred plus. It just means that we need to have, we need to do a little bit more underwriting to make sure that they're okay. Now, here's another part that differentiates us from other companies. We all have some form of accelerated underwriting right now, but ours is at about a 42% clip are going through right away without getting kicked to full underwriting if you fit these parameters of ages and death benefits, where a lot of other carriers that say they have accelerated underwriting, only about 25% of them go through, where the other 75% are getting kicked to full underwriting. Any questions on that?
Did I answer your underwriting question?
I think that did, yes.
She did have a question about underwriting. What are the most common reasons an application gets pulled out of that process? And what can agents do up front to help prevent delays?
Yeah, you mean audit process, like it get kicked underwriting?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's going to be if something pops up in their MIB, like if they didn't disclose it on the application, like they don't answer if they answer the questions and something comes back in their MIB, like they had heart surgery 2 years ago, like that stuff. Or if they have like a very, very bad driving record within the past couple of years. Stuff like that is going to trigger us to go, wait, we got to do a little more due diligence, get a little more information on it. We're going to have to kick in the full underwriting.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what did you call
Any other
those
questions?
cheat sheets?
Right. The Sales Solutions Roadmap.
Sales Solutions Roadmap. Okay. We have some agents interested
I'll
in
actually
this.
send you guys a link, not even a link. I'll just send it to you when
Okay.
we're done with this.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
But here's the thing. Don't print it because it'll suck up all the ink in your printer. But just download it, okay? I learned the hard way 11 years ago, my first day at North American. I printed it. IT comes to my desk and go, did you just print out the Sales Solutions Roadmap in color? I'm like, yep. They're like, yeah, you just basically sucked up all the ink in the printer. I'm like, okay, sorry about that. So I just warned everybody. Okay, let's go to the last slide. Strength and stability. If you don't know about North American, strength and stability is where we are right now. We're privately owned, so we're not publicly traded. We're not on the stock market. So we don't have to do the knee-jerk reactions like a lot of our competitors do when the market tanks. Been doing business over 135 years. We're A+ rated, so we have very stable leadership.
Wow.
And if you're looking for stability, North American is the place to go. Again, A+ rated, been in business over 135 years. We do life annuities. We're under the Salmon's Financial Group umbrella. So yes, big advantage with us being privately held over some of our competitors. So, and I know I went through a lot real quick. Any questions across the board on North American, any of this stuff that I covered?
I don't think so, but I'll open this up for questions now. So if you're watching live, if you have any questions, please put it in the Q&A now. We love questions, so please put them in there. I think we did have some questions.
So it looks like you went through pretty much a lot of the questions that I had. I was going to ask, could you help us understand how to determine which clients are the best fit for each of your IUL products?
That is a great question. So that is what the sales solutions roadmap kind of tells you. If you look at each one of the sales concepts in there, that will tell you, oh, okay, based on this person is 40, they have additional money, they're maxing out their 401k, they're looking for retirement supplement. You go to our retirement supplement page, right? It'll tell you what the concept is, how you design it, why it benefits the client, and what products that we have.
Okay, so maybe Control F will be our best friend on that document.
So yeah, and so here is another thing. I have something I have put together. That's actually a fantastic question. So I have something I put together called segmenting your client database. And what it does is it takes your clients, puts them into 4 different segments based on who they are. And it's family planning, which is that younger crowd, maybe just getting started with their life career, stuff like that. Then there's the high income earner. Then there's the wealthy family. Then there's the business owner. Then based on that, we focus on those sales concepts that fit into each sales segment, each client segment. So I will send that to you as well.
Yeah.
And that is another presentation that I do if at some point down the road you guys want me to do it. Otherwise, I can just send you the PDF version of what I put together.
Okay. Yeah, we can definitely get the PDF for those that attended today. And sounds like a great topic for in the future. And hopefully we can figure out the kinks before then.
People trying to figure out like, okay, I want to write more life insurance, but I don't know where to start. I don't know what to say. I just blurt out life insurance to my clients and it kind of goes nowhere. I don't know which sort of sales concept to bring to my clientele. That's what the segmenting does. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of Medicare agents on here wanting to get into life. And so that would be...
Yeah, the segmenting part really helps, let me tell you.
Yes, I'm excited to see it. And then I think
it's not just that. It's giving... Also on there is I give you the questions to ask your certain clients. Instead of going, let's talk about life insurance, or do you have life insurance? You know the way the stigma is in the world about that, right? A lot of people go, whoa, wait, nope, I don't want to talk about life insurance. Oh, you're an insurance salesman. I have more creative ways to bring it up without saying life insurance.
That's good. Yeah. I'm all about marketing. And I think we have one more question about loan strategies. You want to read that one?
Sure. So when we're helping clients understand income strategies, what's the best way to explain the differences between variable loans, fixed participating loans, and net zero cost loans available in later policy years?
Actually pretty simple.
Okay.
The variable loans still earn index crediting. The loan portion of the money still earns index crediting. Standard loans do not. That's the difference.
Okay. That's simply. Thank you.
When you show participating loans, like our variable loan, the account value keeps going up because it's like the loan portion of the money never left the policy, still earning index crediting. Standard loans does not do that. So you can imagine what people are looking at now, 90% of the time, variable loans, participating loans.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Why not?
Yep.
Okay, well, I don't see any further questions coming through. Thank you again, agents, for bearing with us there in the beginning. And if you do have further questions, or if you're not set up with North American already, please reach out to us here at Eldercare. Like, we would love the opportunity to work with you and help you grow the life side of the business with North American as well. And thank you, AJ, for getting on and making it work best we could. It worked out great anyways. All right. Well, hope everyone has a great rest of your day, and we'll see you Thursday.
Thanks, everyone. Take care.
Thanks. Bye.